I wish I could speak some Greek words, and I would very much like to address this audience through such a beautiful, ancient language, a language that was spoken by people that brought so much beauty to this world and that spoke so beautifully about art and beauty. But unfortunately I don't, and so I am addressing you in English, while I know that your Albanian is not so good. And I want to say first and foremost that I'm very grateful for such a stunning welcoming and for such a special event. It's not my first art exhibition, but it's the first time that I visit a country like a prime minister, and I don't have in my bag only my notes, but also my art. And I'm deeply grateful to Nikos, who was instrumental in making this happen after having visited my office and having wanted to bring it here. So Nikos brought me here with my office, because what you will see today is a version of what my office is about. My drawings from my desk, my sculptures, among which few of them are hanging on my office, and the wallpaper, which is made by my drawings. And I want also to thank Katerina, who has been very patient, because she's a highly professional curator, and she has never worked before with a prime minister, because, by the way, I am the best artist among prime ministers, and no doubt the best prime minister among artists. So Katerina is used to be herself the prime minister when she has to deal with her subjects. So it was a different experience, because she needed my time, I didn't have time, she needed my attention, my mind was elsewhere. Like it is when I draw, because drawing in my office, it's not thinking about what I do with my hand, but it's letting my eyes walk with my hand while my mind is completely concentrated in the topic that is being discussed with my collaborators, or in my phone conversations, or while I'm thinking about decisions to be made in my own. So it's really very humbling that I'm received here in this amazing palace, which has an incredible history. And let me share with you something very personal. While I was in the car yesterday going towards Vouliameni, I remembered that I was getting a taxi going towards Vouliameni and back to the center of Athens in the very early days of our freedom, when the first country I visited as a free man, not as a sportsman representing a not free country, but as a free man, was Greece and Corfu. And then from Corfu, where I was hosted by some cousins of my mother. I fly to Athens, where I was hosted by some cousins of my father. And life is incredible. I would never ever imagine that I would be welcomed in this palace, that I would drive with a motorcade, and that a foreign minister would be the host. So what to say? I'm really, really thankful and grateful. And then what you'll see tonight, I hope will talk by itself. I don't want to talk about it much. I don't think art needs the artist to be translated. Art speaks by itself. And as Edgar Degas said, it's not about showing people what you see, but it's about showing people what they don't see. So everyone is free to see whatever he or she wants. My art is abstract with some memories here and there, and it's quite democratic in terms of letting everyone think and see whatever everyone wishes to. And I want also, in this occasion, to tell you that this exhibition and a lot of what I do would not have been possible without a very close, dear friend of mine who is here. His name is Adi Dule. He's an artist himself. He has a studio of ceramics, and it's him that decides the temperature of the oven, and it's him that prepares the right clay for me and the right materials for the porcelain, and it's him that takes care of the transformation of my forms in bronze, and it's him that at the end makes sure that what you'll see is hanging well, otherwise would have been broken already. And I want also to thank another dear close friend, Alba, who is here also. She's my companion in transforming the drawings in wallpapers, in ties, in scarves, and I am sure that the future will make us do even more things in that direction, because I hope there is life beyond politics. And last but not least, I want to thank every one of you being present here for your presence, and I very much wish that you will not regret having come and spending some moments with us. And when I say us, it's very important. You know, modesty is not my strongest virtue, but I must admit publicly that I would be not who I am without someone that is taking care of me, it is enduring me, is patiently helping me to be a better person. That is Linda, my wife, and that among the two of us has won already by far our competition as artists, because she has created Zao, who is a masterpiece that I'm sure even Phidias would be jealous of Linda, let alone me. So thank you, and I must confess before leaving the floor that after having made so many speeches in so many occasions, I nearly never feel deeply emotional, but I am deeply emotional tonight. And this is not a politician word. This is an artist confession. Thank you.
The choice of Zappeion Megaron for your exhibition bears a very strong and clear symbolism. This is exactly where the Treaty of Accession to the then European Economic Community was signed back in 1979. I was a very young student of the Athens University, being somewhere there behind the columns and watching Georgios Rallis and Konstantinos Karamanlis signing right here. So in this way, it reflects how we see Albania, a neighbor, a close friend, and allow me to say, we hope soon, a part of our common European family.